Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. We are continuing the Christopher Nolan SZN Series. We are on his third film called Insomnia, starring Al Pacino and Robin Williams, released in 2002.
So this is actually the first time we've seen this film. I've never seen it. She's never seen it, which is cool because I've seen most of them and this is one of them that I haven't seen. But yeah, so basically what this film is about though is two detectives. The main one played by Al Pacino. They go to Alaska to investigate a murder. And the main suspect ends up being Robin Williams. So it starts off as like a murder detective film, and then it kind of turns more into a psychological thriller between Al Pacino and Robin Williams, and even Hilary Swank, which is another detective from Alaska that is working on the same case as the Al Pacino guy, but then when his partner gets killed, she starts investigating that, and then that's when it gets even more entangled.
Yeah, and with that being said, she has followed the lead detective's cases while he's stationed in LA and she being in Alaska. So she follows his cases and kind of listens to his lingo, what he says, and even when he flies out to Alaska.
Well, she was like a fan of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even when he flew out to Alaska and they're working together, she's like, should I take note of that? And just listening to like what he has to say, taking in his wisdom, and pretty much using it against him once his partner is murdered. Because
she suspects that he has something to do with it, or what he said about his side of the story is not 100% accurate.
Yeah. She knows something doesn't add up because the lay of the land and what he had told, his statement he had given, they don't align, they don't match up, so she knows something fishy is going on.
Yeah. So the film is called Insomnia, and the main reason is because that Al Pacino, he literally has insomnia and he can't sleep at all. So throughout the film, his mental state is like deteriorating because he's sleep deprived.
Yeah.
He hasn't had sleep, and they're in Alaska, which the time they're in now, or the time they were in, it's all daylight, 24/7. Like it's just day. So there's no nighttime. It's just day the whole time. So he can't sleep already, and then on top of that, there's bright lights, and he feels like it's way brighter than it really is because he's so out of it.
He has no sense of time, and since he hasn't slept for days on end, it
has affected him. Yeah,
it has affected him, and he lacks his motor skills. Like things he should be picking up right away, he doesn't he doesn't acknowledge it, or he doesn't catch on at all, or as quickly as he should, being a seasoned detective. Yeah.
And a really good one.
Yeah.
It's like a top detective. But overall, though, the film's really good. It's interesting, and of course, it has like it's weird. Like it has its own little twist in a way, where, like I said, it started off as like a murder mystery investigation detective film, and then that takes the back seat. And it turns more into the main character's mental state. It still has to do with the murders and all that, but it's like that's not the main focus point. It's like 1A and 1B type thing.
So this causes Al Pacino to be playing the cat and mouse game with Robin Williams, and as well as the lady cop there in Alaska with the two murders going on. Yeah. So on top of him being sleep deprived and not catching on to what is right in front of him like that, he also has to play two different mind games.
And he's struggling.
Yeah, very hard too.
Yeah, he's struggling. And also, like, the acting was done really well from all characters. Obviously, you got legends in there, like Al Pacino and Robin Williams and stuff, but Hilary Swank does her thing too. And yeah, I really like Robin Williams' character, mostly because I haven't really seen him in that kind of a role. I've seen him in serious roles before, a few, but I'm mostly known for his comedic roles, and yeah, like I feel like he really kills the comedic roles like really good.
Yeah.
But he also did really well in this one, especially because this one was an over the top bad guy, evil guy. He was just a writer, like a regular guy that just, happens to kill somebody.
Yeah.
But he's also a little twisted in the head a little bit too. So I don't know. He played it really well. Obviously Al Pacino's a legend. Anything he plays, he does his thing. And yeah, it was just everything was just done really well. Everything looked really well, even though this was 2002. You can tell it's an older movie, but it still looked really good. And I can tell, like, if I seen this in 2002, it probably looked much better, and it looked really good.
The quality. So I can't really say much for the characters, just because I don't really think I've seen any films with them in it, especially Al Pacino. This is definitely the first film I've watched with him in it. But
she's insane.
I have seen Robin Williams films. Only the comedic ones though, because that's what I know him for. But seeing him in a more serious role definitely worked well for him. So what I liked about this film was how it was based in and filmed in Alaska, just because of their whole time zone kind of thing, where it's daylight all around the clock 24/7 in this time that they filmed it. So
that played really well.
Yeah, so you don't really have a sense of time, and they as well, Al Pacino doesn't have a sense of time in the film.
Yeah, this film was really good to me. It's not as good as Memento in my opinion, but it's definitely really good. It's more straightforward, it's more accessible for people.
Yeah.
Because Memento is a little more I guess deep kinda, and like it was jumping back and forth. This one's real more straightforward, and it's a film I feel like more people would be into.
Yeah, I found this one way more enjoyable than Memento. Memento is a great film, but this one is easier to wrap your head around, being that it is like every other movie. It starts in the beginning and ends where it ends.
Yeah.
Rather than jumping from the past to the present.
But also, I don't know if this film is even a big deal. Like, this is a film that I've never really heard of, and I don't ever see people talk about it. When people talk about, you know, the best films or really good films, or even Christopher Nolan's like best films, I never really hear this one come up, but it was actually really good. I thought it wasn't gonna be like as good just because I've never heard anything about it, and I've heard a lot of things about his other films. But anyways, let's get into the scores.
So I'll give this film an 86 for all the reasons I mentioned before.
Which is high.
It being
pretty high.
Filmed in Alaska. And if you have seen our previous videos, you would know that murder mysteries are my kind of thing to watch, whether it's a TV show or a movie. So I found this highly enjoyable. And I think it's a watch for anybody.
For me though, I'm gonna give this film an 88. It's it's just really good. There's not much to say. We've already pretty much said everything. I just really enjoyed it. It's a film that, like, if it came back on, I wouldn't be rushing to switch it, because it's like I let it play.
Yeah.
Or if someone else wanted to watch it, I wouldn't be mind watching it again. It's just really good. Al Pacino is a GOAT. Robin Williams is a GOAT.
And it's really nice to watch the scenery in this film as well.
Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, comment down below your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't, I advise you guys to watch it because it's really good. And if you do watch it, come back, drop a comment, let us know what you thought. And yeah, my name is Matt.
My name is Nicole.
And we'll catch you next time.